This person you are looking at the screen is Anti-Mahdi. If you follow him, you will not follow the Mahdi when he will appear. This is a shocking claim made by nobody else but myself and myself only. In fact, if you take a look at some of the recent comments by some of the Muslim speakers, you will see actually a lot of them are saying that this person must be avoided. So I take it back. It's not just me, it's those speakers as well who are talking against Imran Hosein. If you remember what happened the beginning of this year, he was actually claiming that Jesus, Isa alayhi salam, was in fact crucified. Actually, that happened last year, I believe April 2022. This is something absolute kufr because it goes against the Quran. But nevertheless, Sheikh Imran Hosein, he said, I don't want to use the word Sheikh Imran Hosein, he said, no, Jesus was crucified. So he committed a kufr according to many Muslim scholars and shayukh. And I'm not going to be calling him a kafir because of that, because I'm not in a position to do so, but I'm just quoting them, those people who called him a kafir, because he committed a kufr. I don't believe he's a kafir, but he made a big mistake, may Allah forgive him. And then, of course, what happened in the recent time, he made some bizarre claim. For example, he said when Sulaiman alayhi salam saw somebody jasad on the throne, he was shocked, he was surprised. Who is this guy? Sheikh Imran, or Imran Hosein I should say, said, this is Dajjal, or who else can it be? Is this Dajjal? Sulaiman alayhi salam, in other words, saw Dajjal in his throne. But there is no evidence from the Quran or Sunnah that refers that this jasad was Dajjal himself. Do you think Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would hide that very important information from us? Yadu billah. He would not. He would tell us that this is Dajjal. He did not say that. So who is Imran Hosein to come up with this kind of concoction and this kind of stories and follows his own version of Islam? I don't know. But this is why I want to talk about. But what is happening this time? This is the main question. Why I'm making this video? Why I'm talking about this? Well, a few days ago, it was actually a week ago, I think, he posted a video about what happened in Israel with Palestine and Hamas and all those things. And he basically said something, again, very, very strange, very, very bizarre, very, very surprising, not shocking, surprising because, you know, this is going against everything that we have heard from the media and from Hamas and from the people of Palestine themselves. So he is now coming up with his own version in order to please most likely his Shia friends, because he is aiming to please that particular group of people for whatever reason it is. He did not miss out on this occasion to praise them one more time. Take a listen and then I'll be making some comments. Don't go anywhere.
In Pearl Harbor, was it 1945, when the American government was aware that Japan was planning a massive attack on the American fleet, the Armada, parked in Pearl Harbor in perhaps Hawaii. And they did not take any steps to protect the ships and to protect the sailors in the ships. And they remained silent, and the American Armada was destroyed.
Okay.
And I don't know, maybe 2,000 men lost their lives.
Okay, so basically he's telling us, teaching us that America, this Pearl Harbor incident that took place in 1945, I believe, was done by American themselves. Means they destroyed Pearl Harbor, they provoked or they did something, and we have seen Japan attacking them. And according to Imran Hosein, he said that was done by the American intentionally. And then he said about the 9/11 thing. He said basically that it was also an inside job. America did this on purpose. And it was not the Saudi Arabia or the Arabian countries. It was America, the Zionists themselves. And I agree. I agree on both occasions. Possible. It is possible. But I agree with 9/11 that the Muslims did not do it. I agree with that. Even with from the Pearl Harbor, okay, I agree with that too. But here is a problem. He's saying, or he's using those two incidents, tragedy, whatever you call it, to make an example of what happened in Israel October 7th. So basically he's saying, just like those two incidents, what happened with Pearl Harbor and 9/11, America and Zionists, they staged the attack on Israelis. Okay, so this is what he's saying. It was not Hamas, it was not the Palestinian, it was nobody, it was not Iran, nobody. It was the Zionists themselves and US themselves who allowed this attack to happen, because according to him, American weapons were used, and the Palestinian resistance movement, Hamas, they were able to smuggle or bring those weapons into the Gaza Strip under the radar of Israelis. And how is this possible? This is he's claiming that they were allowed by the Zionists. So few things I want to make mention of. Number one, guys, Hamas is attacking Israel since 1990s. Okay, therefore it is not logical to say that this time it was not Hamas, it was Israel who did that, because again, Hamas is able and they are very much capable of striking Israel, and they have done it since 1990s. You can go and Google. Number two, Israel will not do this kind of attack on themselves, on their own citizen, and then attack the Palestinian, simply because if you read the news 1 month ago, Israel and Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli government, they announced, and they were very happy, they were very excited, saying that they are going to be very soon normalizing their ties with Saudi Arabia. How does it make sense that all of a sudden they will create an attack like this, where now we see Saudi Arabia is backtracking their relationship, normalizing relationship with Israel? How is that even possible logically? Doesn't make sense. Why would Israel create some this kind of hostile environment where they know that Saudi Arabia will back out? Doesn't make sense again. Then we have seen him talking highly about Iran. As I said, he has Shia friends. He's saying that Iran is this, Iran is that, and they're gonna help and give Nusra, give victory to the Hamas, to the Palestinian people. Well, if you think about this, based on what we have seen, what we have experienced, Iran has all the reasons to help Hamas to attack Israel, because Iran doesn't want Saudi Arabia to normalize ties with Israel, number one. Number two, Iran, their military general Qasem Soleimani was killed, was assassinated by US. Their scientists are being assassinated by Israel all the time. Every single day there is an attack on Iranian brain, people with scientific brain and people of high value, military personnel. Iran has all the reason to attack Israel using Hamas. And the most important thing here is that, guys, remember, Iran is Shia, and they're the munafiq of the Ummah. Iran is the munafiq. The Shias are munafiq. Not all of them, but the leadership in Iran, they're munafiq, because they believe something that is absolutely contradictory to the Quran and Sunnah. But forget about that theological part of it. What we see politically, Iran is absolutely taking side with people who are going to harm the Muslim, the Sunnis. And they have taken this position for a very long time. Iran is not helping Palestinian Muslims whatsoever. If you think like that, you're mistaken. You really need to check and go back to school. This guy, he will always say, go back to school, schoolboy. They have all the reason to attack Israel using, or pawning, I should use the word pawning Hamas and Palestinian lives. Because Iran, at the end of the day, they laugh, they joke, they have fun seeing Sunni Muslims are being slaughtered. Maybe not to that extent, but they don't have any problem. As long as Shia people are safe, their leadership is not being threatened or challenged, they are okay. They don't care about Sunni lives at all. Otherwise, Shia today would have had much better and clear position on this issue, theological issues, and accept that the Sunnis are right, but they will never accept. They are so bigots. But here is the thing, guys. Imran Hosein is Iran. He is pro-Iran and he's pro-Russia. I have no problem he's pro-Russia because Putin is at least better than those Muslim leaders in the Middle East, as I said, because Putin has the spine to stand up for his own people and take risk, where we see Middle Eastern leaders, they don't have a spine. But that's a different story. But I do personally believe this person, if you listen to him and you follow him, you will end up following the Shia. And when the Mahdi will appear, because we talk about the Mahdi, he talks about Mahdi too. When Mahdi will appear, it will be the false Mahdi that you will follow. If you follow his teaching, you will follow the false Mahdi, perhaps Dajjal, who knows. Because Shia, they also have Mahdi. And he's promoting those kind of Mahdi and those kind of concept. He's trying to establish that narrative and trying to enforce them into the mainstream Sunni theology, that Mahdi is what the Shia believes Mahdi is. But no, we have our own evidences. But that is a far-fetched plot, I would say, at this time from Imran Hosein, that he would try to change our Aqidah. Already he tried when he said Jesus, Isa alayhi salam, was crucified. But I'll leave it to you guys. I know a lot of you support him, but let me know your thoughts, your opinion still. Share with me. If I'm mistaken on some of these issues, commentary, let me know. I'll see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum.